Hello, everyone. You're welcome to another episode of The Story Behind the Road. And today I am opportune to have a very wonderful person, an artist that's into painting, and he's a great personality. And today we are going to be hearing about his story, his startup, and how life has been as an artist for him. And today I'm opportune to be joined in the studio with
Rusty.
Rusty.
I'm Rusty, man.
Thank you
I'm
very
from
much.
actually I'm from Philippines.
Oh,
Born in Philippines. Came here in Belgium when I was 13, and I just art's always been my. I think I was born for it. I don't know. So when I was 7, started drawing, and anime and manga. Man, this is crazy about that. Then I started with the Dragon Balls.
Wow.
Oh, when I was started drawing, and then it came here to Belgium when I was 13, and my mind exploded like the art scene here in Europe is very it's never ending. That's why I started 13, and now I'm like the styles of the art that you do, it reflects your personality,
true.
your background. Yeah, but that's why if you can see my paintings, they're all colors. That's why the atmosphere of my paintings is more vibrant, more colors. And here in Belgium, I came here just depressing a little bit.
Basically, you talked about backgrounds, and I really would like to know how it was like when you compare your experience as an artist here in Belgium and your experience as an artist when you were in your country, the Philippines, and how was it like?
In Philippines, I wasn't really that. It's just starting, It's not really serious. I'm not really that serious when you were a kid. I was a kid. But when it came to Belgium, I can see all this the paintings or the way they do art here is really different, man.
Oh, yeah.
And in Philippines, the culture there, they have artists, but it's not really the pop star artists. But here in Belgium, like if you made it or if you have something to say, you can really make the difference,
Yeah.
That's what the difference. The message that it brings is the more important thing in the art.
Yeah.
The message you bring, and but every day I learn something about art.
That's nice.
Thank you.
The thing about life is the ability for us to be able to learn things every day. And you being an artist, and what can you say in your journey so far? How do you describe the work of art when you think about your work as an artist? What is the first thing that comes to mind?
Man, my ritual is I just woke up in the morning, it's empty, and my mind is empty, and I start something this day we scroll with the cell phone, look for inspirations.
Wow.
Start with that, and if you start with that, but it's also days that your creativity is blocked, and you're like your head is like, what am I doing?
Yeah, true.
You had an empty canvas. It's like, what the fuck? Sometimes you just have to pick up your brush, start from this, make your brush wet, and start something. Not even comparing it to somebody, because artists will always doubt ourselves. Like, am I doing this for money? Am I doing this for just get attention to people? But it's not the way, dude.
Yeah.
Art is not like that, man. Our job to start from scratch, man, and it takes hours and hours, repeatedly, and never compare yourself from another. But these days, it's social media and stuff. It's hard not to compare yourself.
Well, I think one thing that I love about what you just said is the originality that you try to put into what you do, because I am a big fan of originality, because originality, I believe, gives you uniqueness. It makes you stand out. And when you first thought about the artwork, when you first thought about, I think I like to do art. How did your people or your friends, family, or relative feel like when you told them that I really would like to do this? What was the first reaction you got?
Oh shit! No, this is fucked up.
I can imagine, bro. No, because I, you know why I asked? Because I, as an African that I am, you, for instance, your parents put in a lot of money for you to go to school, and they believe that they expect you to do something fruitful with your life. And when you come out to say you want to be an artist, it's more like you've wasted their finance, I think. So I'm trying to know from your side if it's the same reaction or...
No, it's the same reaction. Man.
Wow.
My mom is, as in their generation, they came here to Belgium to give us a better future.
Yeah.
And they came here, and then I went to school for electricity. They didn't follow art. Huh?
Ah.
I didn't follow art, but it's because the mother, the Filipino mothers, they're more like, you have to follow my dream.
Yeah.
Not your dreams. Screw that, man.
That's
my dream.
Yeah.
It's perfect. You have to put it aside if you have.
I think we have something in common when it comes to the African and that's...
And I told him like, I can't do it. It's this one when I was 18, a rebel. I get out the house because I cannot. There's something blocking you. Like you're forced to do things that you don't want to do. You know, it's hard to live your life like that. I think.
Sure.
Yeah, and you can express yourself. And then when I run away at home from, I was like, I have to get out. I can't finish school. So yeah, I told him I'm gonna be an artist. I'm gonna support myself. Okay, he kicked me out of the house. Oh, you're really, man.
Wow.
That was hard. That was hard.
That is.
Yeah, but still, we're still here, right?
Yeah, I think that is the most important of them all, you know.
You have to.
And when you compare the beginning of your startup and now, do you feel like they see some light in what you do to say, okay, maybe this is something productive? And do you think that their mindset has changed now that you're fully into it and they are seeing results of what you're doing?
Yeah, of course. When they see money.
Oh, it's not.
They were like, oh, legit. I was like, I sell my first painting was I think it was in Brascat, I think. And one guy. It was a guy from Brussels. Sorry, it was a guy from Brussels. He just contacted me via social media. And at the time, I had a first painting that I did. And he said it was like 500 euros. And I totally don't know the guy. Huh? And I was like, and my girlfriend was like, huh? Did he come here to get your painting? Like, oh, somebody's getting legit. And it was like 10 years ago, I think. And it's from that started, you get also a little confident, you know? And you're like, oh, really, people come here to buy this. I was like, oh, it gives you a little bit boost and confidence, you know?
I understand.
Yeah, my mother still, I think it's too hard to
to accept.
I think. Okay, painting, whatever.
Yeah, that's when you think about your journey, when you think about how you've started to this point, who can you say has been your biggest supporter, like the person that pushes you to be the best?
I think I have to think about it first. I think pushes me. My grandma.
Wow, big shout out to grandma. Thank you, grandma.
Yeah, but he's not with us anymore.
Always being the motivator, and that's nice. So how was it like when you started to feel like the motivation was coming? Was she the only person that was?
There's no. My grandma is like a person that she don't put pressure on you, but she have the eyes of if you have potentials, he will support you, you know. And she gives me every time like she's the first critique of my work, man. Oh, man, yeah, she critique me a little bit. I was like, it's true. She always think I was drawing for school. It was back in Philippines. I was drawing this. We have a project, and we have to draw farmers.
Yeah.
And I was drawing the farmers like, the best that I can. And she just picked up the paper like, no. this student can do better.
Wow.
I was like, but she's right. The proportion was bad, and I was still like 9, so she was critique, but it was a little bit hard.
It was a positive criticism.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, man.
Basically, when you're from the Philippines, and for instance, you have someone that plans to go into what you're doing, and what would be the first word of advice that you will give to that person?
Advice is just do it, man. Do it now, because the first painting is not gonna be your best painting. It's gonna be you know how many paintings I have in the closet that nobody sees because it's so ugly. I don't want to show it, because if you start an art, you want to start in art, you have to start now.
Yeah.
Because the start and the hours you have to take, the isolation you have to do. If you're really into art, if you're really into it, it's actually knowing yourself, your person, is discovering yourself. Actually.
Yeah.
So it takes time, man. Isolation. Yeah, but it's a sacrifice as an artist you do. You make.
That's really nice. You have a studio now.
Yeah, I have a studio.
And how has it been like having a studio in Belgium? Do you think it's a really difficult thing? Because why I'm asking this is because as Africans, where we come from, there are so many things that a lot of things that we don't do when we think about, for instance, I have to get a shop, I have to get something. There are so many things we don't consider. Like you have to taxes and all of those stuffs. So do you think that it's a good step to get a studio, and are you facing some little challenges already, or?
No, we're in Belgium. So
Yeah, in Belgium.
We're in Belgium, huh? This means when I got my studio from the government, man. I don't pay anything for it.
Oh wow, that's really nice.
These days you have to. There's so many options here in Belgium.
Oh wow.
We're not in our in the Philippines or. So if you really you want to do one of these, you have to apply them and show them that you really want to have the studio. And that's what I did. And they give me the studio in Famous. Shout out to Famous.
Oh wow, that's
yeah,
nice.
man. There's so many options if you really want to do art. If you're like obsessed like me, obsession can take you anywhere, bro. Obsession, yeah.
And the different. Are there different type of acts when we think about acts? Are there different types?
Different clothing, like you did.
Yeah,
you did this art.
Yeah, I'm talking about the drawings.
The drawings.
You know, because
okay.
I only know because the painting that you do is quite different from what I've seen in other people. You know, like some people just do it on a paper and that is it. You take it to another level. You do customizing of shoes, shirts, and sometimes you do it on the wall. No. Yeah. So how do you? If they put you on the category of painters, do you have a way where you separate yourself to say, okay, this is what makes me different?
I think the flexibility. Because if you work with a lot of materials, in my perspective, and you can, because art for me is so diverse. Like, you cannot be stuck with only paint and in a canvas, because we're these days we're surrounded by stuff, man. So we have to explore about materials that we use. And the paintings that I do is sometimes I like graffiti.
Oh yeah.
I always paint with my feelings. What I feel today, what I'm gonna feel tomorrow. Maybe I'll do it with paper, or maybe I want to paint my shoes. This is art is expression. So, just
have you ever been in a point where you felt like maybe this thing is not for me?
Yeah, of course. Every artist got a downside. You have to get over that. You call it the artist blockage. But you have to get over it. If you know yourself, you have to get over that. Because art is not for selling money, man. Hey, money is good, but if you're really into art, money doesn't make any.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. So for you, how did you manage to get over that artist blockage, like you said? So how did you manage to pass that stage?
I did if I got blockage, I just start walk and get a cigarette and walk and clear your mind, you know?
Okay.
Clear your mind, and maybe you never know. You see a bird, inspiration. You see a dog, or I don't know what. That's what I do. And sometimes, if I really, they call it the deep depression blockage. I've been there. You know that? You haven't heard of that one?
No.
But you sit in the studio, and then there's no thoughts coming out, man. It's silent, and you know where to start. So, and then the solution with that, you just, I think I heard it, I've seen it in YouTube, that you just start scratching with the empty papers and just do something with it. And it starts, in my view, I start something, I do circles. Oh, hey, this one is nice.
Yeah.
And from that start, you just explode.
going.
Boom!
Yeah.
Well, you have to start somewhere.
So now you say your artworks, right? What has been your biggest act that you've done that sold, that someone bought and you were like, damn, that's massive?
No, I sold it. I had a client, but this is a commission work. Should I say the name? No, better not to say.
Okay. Whichever one. Okay.
So maybe, maybe they're. Yeah, but this painting that I did, it was a commission work, and it was devoted for like 5,000, bro.
Well, maybe I need to start acting.
No, man. No, but these people, if you know your art, you'll get to know people, the collectors. And these collectors, they paid for what they want. That painting, if I could do it again, I would do it again. But more price higher, the higher price is that it takes a part of you. You know when I paint, when a painting is done, they have their life of their own. Sometimes I don't even remember doing it. Because
one thing that I find very funny, or let me not say funny. One thing that I find confusing is how artists are able to read meanings to art. For instance, you just see a painting and it's a painting of a tree, and the person is telling you that this is this, this is this, this is this, and for you as a person, you are just seeing a tree. So I am eager to know: do artists have a mind of their own?
No, I don't think so, man. You went too deep for that. It's just artists we express what we see and feel. For example, we see a cloud, and I try to put my feelings in that cloud while painting it, and it's up to the viewer what this is. I'm just an individual. I'm just using what I see and know, but I think it's more expressive the way that moment, where you're doing it. I think it's just how artists translate. I think you could there's a word, translate.
Translate, yeah.
The feeling of that moment. Yeah, I think there's no special. But I don't think there's no special.
Because I've had it a lot. Sometimes they tell you this is it, this is what it represents, this was it. So you're just looking at it like it's just a painting. So I was eager to know if there was a different mindset that gives you that meaning that you interpret in your painting.
Yeah, of course, there's always a meaning out of it, because my style of painting is explosive colors, man. So that thing, it gives character to the piece, with the artwork. So that's when you have a different. Every artist has a different style or expressive ways to make a shape or a form, or I don't know, whatever they do. But I think it's personal. It's so personal and stuff, and it depends on the viewer if they But for me, I don't really care about the viewer because I'm just expressing myself.
Okay.
And this, you see what you see. You see what you get, man. You like it or not, man.
That's really beautiful. That's really beautiful. I also would like to know, at this stage that you are now, do you still have moments where you say to yourself that, oh damn, this wasn't good?
Every fucking time.
Oh,
Every
jeez.
fucking time.
Okay. How long have you been doing this?
I think this never ending, bro. I think you always judge yourself because that's the social media or Instagram is so bad for your psyche, bro. It's really fucked up your mind. Like you had an idea, and you just scroll in Instagram like, oh shit, this better. Oh my god, does this really screw your? It's not. It screw your every ideas you have. It will screw it, man.
Yeah.
It will destroy it. So that means when I go to my studio, I just put my cell phone on airplane mode. No clocks in my studio.
Yeah.
No clocks. I'm just gonna go crazy there. Okay? Because distraction is really bad these days. If you get distracted, no crazy.
No, that's true. But the thing is, it is funny because a lot of people would think that when you get to a certain stage in life and in what you're doing, they feel like you tend to erase that error. Like you never want to make any error. You just say, okay, I am at this stage. I want to be extremely perfect, you know. But hearing that you've been in this game for quite a long time and you still have your moments where you say, okay, this wasn't good. It just shows how real and original it is, and I really love it. And I would like to ask, do you have persons that you look up to where you say, okay, I intend someday to attain this stage or to be like this person or to get to this stage just the same way this person has got it to?
Yeah, of course, man. When you look at the old paintings, the masters, I feel stupid, man. When I go to the museum and stuff, I feel like I judge myself so hard because they don't have lights before, man. They don't have electricity, and they can paint. They can put light on the painting that, like, what's this? And they make their own tools before, man. And compared to now, we have everything, and we can even produce that kind of masterpiece.
Yeah, that's true. Hey.
Right?
I understand what you mean. Because I feel like one of the things that really gave it, you know, like you said, a lot of times now people tend to do it for the money. And the fact that they do it for the money but not ready to put in money to get that quality they desire. So I think then in the old times, people tend to have more concentration into what they are doing. They are doing it because they love it. It comes from a different feeling. So I think that is one of the problems that I think that is the reason why there are so many differences now. And to hear that you still stick to the old way of painting, I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. And what is one thing that you would like to tell people out there about when it comes to painting?
When it comes to painting, advices, or you mean?
No, just a general word. Treat painting nicely, you know.
I think there's a saying that which artist, David Cho, told, like, if you doing art, just be real to yourself, because it will show in your work if you're selling it out. You know, sell out these days, so many sellouts, man. So just enjoy painting, just enjoy doing it, because you will never do it again.
That's true.
Enjoy, that's it, man. Enjoy and have fun. Fun is it's a playtime. You have to have fun doing it.
That's really beautiful. Thank you so much. And guys, you've heard it from Rusty, and it's a beautiful thing to understand that art can speak volume. You can be able to express yourself through art. Like he said, when you do art, make sure you put your feelings into it and make sure you are real to yourself, because, like he said, it shows in your work. And that is it for today, for the story behind the glory. Make sure you remember that everyone has a story. And with the story behind the glory, we are here to tell the story that led to the glory. Make sure you stay with us. Thank you very much, and see you on the next one.